Weird start, guys. Love you. Hang on one second. It's funny. I like doing organic content. Sometimes I start a vid, make all these funny mistakes, and I just upload it anyways because that's how I want to run my YouTube channel. But okay, so this is going to be about honor. Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty much exploring a lot of what's going on with danger. I think for a man to be dangerous is like super critically important. Maybe not the first thing to be listed, but I think it's so critical. You just have to do that in order to properly fulfill the role that is the highest calling of being a true man. You know, and so now let's move on to honor. Okay, now for honor, I think there's so much that is going on here, but to be a true man, okay, you do have to take the time to do the hard work necessary to be able to identify what the force of honor is in this world and align yourself with it and be willing and ready to fight for it, okay? In fact, we could even maybe get rid of the whole danger requirement because I think danger is critically built into that definition right there. Now, let's talk about identification. My goodness, we could have 10 vlogs about being able to identify the force of honor in the universe, And many people have different definitions, but look, I'll make it real simple for you. Honor is the type of behavior that is exhibited by dedicated, loving women, okay? And so, if you want to know what honor looks like, just look at any mother that has, instilled in her children virtue and sacrificed all of her desires and little wants. Her little alcohol on the weekend with the girls and her little movie this and that and whatever to be able to raise virtuous children to change the face of the planet. That's so honorable, man. And so that's really what we're all trying to protect. Okay. All we really care about is that. I mean, I could put it simply: honorable women. We here are supposed to be the protectors of that whole process, and so you want to make sure that you align yourself with that whole ethos and fight for that community and fight for that whole privileged, honorable, respectable practice. And so I think that once you involve yourself in that whole the propagation of humanity, the raisement of the children and instilling beliefs, the right ones, no matter what the culture is or religion, really, it's all the same thing. It's all about love. It's not the same thing, but cultures are wildly different. But most of them idolize love, right? So yeah, being able to identify. Let's talk more about identification in our next vlog here of honor.